Thank you. Okay, so 30 minutes session. It's probably going to be a tiny bit or drinking out of the fire hose. So please bear with me if I'm either talking too fast or perhaps even too slow. So if you want me to slow down, just stand up and do something like this. Okay, no one will do that, so I'll just continue with my pace. Yes. Let me see. Okay, I need to stand very close to that. So a very quick introduction to whole team collaboration. I hope it's an opportunity for you to actually reflect, notice some of the stuff, and hopefully if you're taking one idea or one concept away from what I'm showing and telling, then I'm happy. Hopefully you are too. So a lot of stuff will go on the screen. So try to bear with me. I will collect everything or gather everything at the end. And if you have questions, find me. I'm here today, tomorrow, and somewhere else in the world after that. So just reach out. And at the last slide, there are all types of contact information. So just reach out. And all of the slides will be available on the website afterwards, along with the video. So if you want to put it through an AI and make my voice kind of Mickey Mousey instead, then that's also okay. So I love these shorts, kind of to the point sessions. At least that is what I'm trying to do. So a lot about me, not much to say there, except I'm working currently with a company called DFDS, and we are hiring. So that was the commercial part, paying for the day off. So how many, with a show of hands, is or has been working with other people? Yes, this is the right crowd. I'm so happy. Has been working on a team. Yes, that's also a full house. Has been creating stuff in collaboration with others. Okay, we're getting there. Perhaps has, now we're getting to some of the more advanced stuff, been working in a state of flow, either individually or as part of a team. Yes, okay, it's probably half. And who was here last year hearing my talk about FAST, Fluid Adaptive Scaling Technology? Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's no questions in what I told last year, so you can raise your hand if you were in doubt. Let me move on. So quick poll. If you're working in a team that collaborates, please stand up. Oh, nice. Take a look around. These are the experts in the room. So if I'm in doubt throughout, I'll of course ask all of you. You've heard that Agile is dead. Isn't true, isn't true. And I know because Diana said so last year in Bolzano. It isn't dead, it just won. The thing is, sometimes when we are winning, it's like, yeah, I didn't like the way I won or the way that he or she did. Yeah, but it's a win. So the thing here is, well, what can we do? There's this Danish Formula One or Le Mans driver called Tom Christensen. He won 9 times, I think. First year he won. Did he go back home and said, yeah, now I won, I don't want to do it anymore? Of course not. He continued and continued and continued. And that is what we are kind of supposed to be doing if you have given up after winning. So I was talking about FAST last year. It's a way to collaborate using open space technology. So for me, this is, yeah, the way of actually thinking about collaboration. One of my, well, downsides since last year was actually that I've really tried to get people to work in, well, with FAST, not that successful. Most people are saying, yeah, that sounds great, Per, but not for us. And that's kind of the thing that I figured out, okay, we need a language. I at least need a language in regards to what is collaboration, what are kind of extreme good collaboration, and what is it that's perhaps more adequate. Kind of like in the old days when we were asking people, well, are you working agile? Yeah, we stand up every 4 days. So that was agile. So perhaps if we can, well, use some of the ideas here as a conversation tool, then at least my luck is made. I need to go. So whole team collaboration, what is it? Well, working together is more than just showing up. I'm pretty sure all of you know that. What I'm going to be presenting here are thoughts that I've co-created with Woody Sul and 100 humans online. A couple of AI has been used. A couple of AI actually came into the session. We kicked those out. But the thing here is, and those of you that don't know Woody Sul, back to the joke about pair programming, Woody is kind of the father of mob programming, and I'm kind of claiming to have coined this whole team collaboration with him and the rest of the people. So I called up Woody yesterday. Well, the thing is that this is the first kind of iteration of what is whole team collaboration. And some of you that knows about mob programming will recognize, well, it's a lot of the same things that at least is going on there. We had a more extensive version. There will be questions. No. So instead, I actually called up Woody and asked him, well, Woody, instead of people reading this, could you just explain it in human words? So the sound is kind of low, so let's hear what Woody has to say, and I'll shut up. And my question to you, Woody, would be, how do you explain whole team collaboration?
Well, all of the work we do in a company and in almost any organization involves us interacting with others to some degree. So if we're going to interact with others, we need to get as good at that as we can. That's going to be helpful. So the idea of whole team collaboration, originally before I used the term mob programming, which I didn't invent, I wanted to call mob programming whole team programming. But I think we've expanded that a little bit beyond just programming. It's everybody on the team so that we can answer our own questions. When it's everybody working together, we get this expanded brain that comes from more than just 1 or 2 or 3 people. It's all the knowledge we need. So the way I like to think of it is we have all the skills, all the knowledge we need on a single team. And when we gather together like that, we have a lot of capability. This gives us something we can't get. It multiplies our ability. We can't get that when we work alone and communicate through emails or meetings. This is doing the work together, all the different skills needed to do the work.
So that was Woody. Yeah, and he called me out that, well, the word whole team collaboration is actually not something that I've been coining. That's so much for older. Okay, so I'll give you a very quick back to the fire hose drinking of this, well, we call it the 7 C's scale or the 7 C's model. And the bright ones of you will take a look at it and count, okay, Per, there's 8. Yeah, but it's not sounding as great as sailing the 7 C's as, well, there's 8 elements and yeah, so. But I'll build it up one by one. So if you're already overwhelmed, just take a deep breath from the bottom of your stomach and then let's see where it is. So the first element that we're talking about when we're talking about people doing stuff, and as you can see, it's not even people interacting. So that's cognizance, and that's becoming aware of information. So just information out there flowing, we're getting it, perhaps not directly interacting. And the great thing here to ask, are we actually interacting with other people? And if we are, well, then at least we are on the right of the cognizance element. Second step is fighting each other, the competition. Ooh, Anyone experienced that? Yes, 1. Okay, 2, 3, perfect, that's enough. So people are interacting, and the thing here is that they could be working on separate or common goals. So could be that we're striving for some of the same things, but it's definitely, well, not the same incentive that we're typically getting out of it. And this leads me to the increasing levels of active participation, engagement, and reciprocity. So there is actually a higher and a higher and a higher and a higher level of when we are working together. And I'm just noticing this because when you're getting back, if you want to use this model, there could be ideas in actually looking at, well, is it a common goal we are having, or is it collective, or are we actually interdependent in regards to the way that we are working together? So for me, this is kind of some of the language that we could be start using, or at least have a conversation with the team, with management, with the people that we are around. So, and for those that are in doubt of what is reciprocity, English is not my first language, so I had to look it up. That is actually the practice of exchanging things and actions with each other for mutual benefit. We will be getting back to that. So as you can see at the bottom, the competition has separate goals, common goals. And well, Per, why is it that they're not underneath each other? Well, that is back to, I tried to make a simple model. Yeah, I could have put it down, but bear with me. Some of these are flowing into each other's states, but at least it is a progression. So just to let you know, as George Box, famous statistician, was saying, well, all models are wrong, some are useful. If you think this is useful, use it. If not, ditch it. Okay, so that was the competition. Coexistence, and that's working alongside with each other without significant interaction. So kind of a neutral state where we are aware of where each other are. And typically, we have a common goal. Sometimes it's individual, but we can gather together around reaching something that we would like to have. Next is 4, the communication. That's kind of information exchange. So we are definitely working towards a common goal. And there is something about the information exchange happening. Could happen asynchronous or synchronous. So sometimes it's actually from a central point in, well, could be in the company, the project management or just management is sending out information, then hoping everyone will act and go in small lines like docs. Sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't. But also notice, I introduced one more thing here. People are working together. So this is actually where we are striving to move forward together. And then now we're getting back to the reciprocity, the practice of exchanging things or actions with each other for mutual benefits. And notice there's a level of that as well. So something about a basic where we're kind of, well, if I give you that, you give me that, and going into, well, building relationships in regards to it, all the way to kind of a culture of, yes, of course I'll give you that. You heard Linda earlier today. She said, just reach out and I'll give you everything. Just get, you can get it. That's back to the culture of actually being at the cultural level. And most of you, or those of you that kind of live in a karma in this life mindset, will give everything, paying it forward. That is also at a cultural level. Okay, so we ended up, and again, notice this could perhaps go a tiny bit further than a tiny bit. So again, it's a simple model. 5, coordination. And now we are getting to, well, having a shared purpose, definitely. And the thing here is, some of you will recognize elements like this from traditional project execution, or for instance, an orchestra playing by notes. So someone has laid this out. If we were perhaps building a bridge, Could be that we had an architect draw up some plans and someone dividing it, and then, well, you do this and you do that and you do that, and then we're just executing. That could tie us into the Cynefin model. I won't go there, not today. Okay, next is cooperation. So this is aligning actions through willingness to assist. So here we actually start helping each other. And this is one of the places, at least that I'm seeing, kind of similar to Scrum, most agile ways of working. So the thing here is that we kind of have a mutual purpose. We're pointing somewhere, and then we are actually getting back and helping each other, typically performing individual tasks. Collaboration. And notice, now we're getting to the whole focal point of what I want to get to, is actually the whole team collaboration. And well, collaboration, creating something together. Real life examples is if you're using FAST, which I've seen out there, also been part of it, mob programming or software teaming, as Woody is calling it now. So this is actually a place where we are really working together. We have a synergistic goal to work towards. And the last element is co-creation. And talking about the bridge, when we're in collaboration, it could be that yeah, we are moving along and we're figuring it out. But the thing here is when we're going to the interdependent and cultural level of collaboration, we are at the point where, well, everyone, the synergy of working together will actually build or create or innovate our way through the goals. And that is one of the probably differences between collaboration and co-creation. We're also sometimes saying that at the co-creation level, that is where if one person fails, then the whole team will figure out what is it that we will be, well, how will we actually get through this, because it is something that we're doing together. Perfect. And sometimes people are saying, well, do we actually need to sit on each other's laps and work together? And the thing is, no, there's plenty of room for doing solo work. So it could be that, okay, I'll go and investigate this. The four of us will go out and investigate either some code or talk with some customers or stuff like that. So all of the places it is possible to do solo work, which is a misconception that you can't do that when you're collaborating. So where are you and your team and your organization? Let's say, ahoy sailors, and sail the 7 seas. Well, kind of get that it's 7 CS. That actually is 8, but yeah. So yes. Oh yeah, I'm always thinking that when people are taking up, it's like a photo moment, but it's not. Yes, it is. Thank you, Solana. Okay. So where is it that your primary focus is? Insight. Ooh, yes. Let's see how we are moving. Nice. Boom, boom, ba-da-da-dum, boom, ba-da-da-dum, boom, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum, boom, ba-da-da-dum, boom, ba-da-da-dum. Yes, that was it. Okay, so most people are kind of cooperating and collaborating. That's fantastic. Now I know why so many people were standing up. So let's see them again. So those of you that actually are really collaborating or co-creating, stand up again. Okay, yes. Take a look at the room. That are the real experts that we're having. And some of the others are, of course, shy, so that's also still okay to be proud. So the last kind of 12 minutes It's actually thought about, okay, how is it that we move from left to right? What is it that I can do to actually make a change? And as mentioned, to me, this is all about language. It's all about getting the conversation started. So well, some people are saying eat a cough drop, and depending if it's called Läkerol or Halls or different markets has different names, makes people talk. So start talking, hand around cough drops. Of course, there's the part that we saw this morning about, well, remember the equal participation. So when I'm saying, well, let's talk, then people are sometimes getting back to me and saying, yeah, Per, but not you all the time. So that's also important to notice that we facilitate that. One other thing, and that's my favorite advice from Lisa, that's take it to the team. So everyday empowerment. So whenever you're in doubt or what should happen, take it to the team. Ask them, how can we do that? Create an environment where whole team collaboration is possible. And I'm aware that over the past 25 years, we've all gone around saying, yeah, we need to work agile, and see where that got us. We won, but perhaps not in the way. So sometimes it is actually to take it to the team and ask them, where would we like to be on the 7 Cs? And perhaps have a chat on what's holding us back. My favorite quick tip is to create a team alliance. So at a minimum, agree on protocols for how is it that we're making decisions and how do we solve conflict. Could be mud wrestling in the yard. Perhaps not that good in a professional setting, but that's okay with me. More ideas. Well, where are we in Tuckman's model? Some of you know that as forming, storming, norming, preforming, which is, or some people are claiming it, yeah, that doesn't work anymore, Per. Nope, all models are wrong, some are useful. To me, this is still useful. It gives us a language to talk about, well, how is it that we are interacting? I love Lencioni's 5 functions or 5 dysfunctions. Christopher Avery's responsibility process. And if you don't know these, go back home and look them up. They are fantastic models to create language on the team and perhaps have the chat about, well, are we moving from well, one more steps to the right? Are we actually, or is it too weird to be where we are? Perhaps then we should move one step to the left. Are we inspecting and adapting with joy? I'm seeing a lot of people, and we have Diana inside the room with the second version of the retrospective book. That, well, it's kind of becoming, well, now we need to go to the retrospective again. Well, perhaps start talking about, well, how do we inspect and adapt? It's not something that we need to, it's actually something that we want to do. And do we want to pursue flow as an individual and as a team? So do we want to get to that fantastic place where things are just flowing? Still hard to work that way, but it is actually giving me so much more joy of work. And remember, joy of work, that's not something that I'm getting, that's something that I'm giving to my colleagues. And other ideas. 30 seconds of popcorn, shout out! Thank you. Yes. Over collaboration. I would take it to the team. Have the team, it would pop up as inspection and adaptation. So that's pointing my way towards waste. So whenever someone is kind of sensing this is wasteful, let's have a discussion. Let's have a chat in regards to why is this waste to you? Because it could be waste to you, but to the whole system, the team or the whole department or the company, this could actually be beneficial. and sometimes we need to brush our teeth for not having them rot. So sometimes we need to do stuff that's not necessarily that funny. One last popcorn. 3, 2, 1. No. Let's move on. So elements of individual flow. I still have 5 minutes. This is perfect. So Mihai Csikszentmihalyi. Did you see how fluently I pronounced that? Oh, okay. You saw I cheated. But actually, how to pronounce that? Now you also have the clue. No, how to get into the elements of the individual flow. There's his book, and there are so many sources, so many YouTubes around that. With each of these 9 elements, have a chat on the team. So talking about, do we have clear goals? What is the clear goal that we want to do? Is it possible to actually concentrate individually? So the thing about individual flow, you can have individual flow and not flow on the team, or you could have flow on the team and not individual flow, or you could have both or none at all. But it's a conversation. Let's open that up with the team to actually go and perhaps create environments where this is possible. And when we are talking about, elements of team flow, there's a fantastic book out there from Hef van der Hout and Orion Davis, which is kind of taking the flow elements and putting them up on a team level, all with a lot of very good science. And some of these is, as you can see, do we have a sense of unity on the team? And if not, then we're probably a tiny bit further down the road of the 7 C's. Have we open communication? All of these things, if we can check all of that off and everyone is agreeing, then there's a good chance that we could actually be working together in flow on a team level. What about management? What is their focus? And are they making decisions on behalf of the team, or are they actually creating an environment where people, that's meant for people to thrive? Are they collaborating as a whole team or at a lower level? I'm not sure how many have seen management teams at the competition level, because that is what their incentives are actually fueling them to do. So who's helping and guiding them? Well, now all of you have this knowledge, so just take on leadership and go do. And also a couple of questions to ask them. Well, do they share the same perspectives, the goals, the purpose? And are they communicating to agreeing or actually to do power plays, which is one of the elements of competition? So, a couple of books. You saw both these two. Definitely go in there if you have more interest in individual flow and team flow. If you want something on teams and leadership, definitely go with Diana's book, Lisa's on agile coaching, and also if you want, that's one of my favorite from the past year is the Leading Together, and that was actually Lisa Atkins that pointed me in that direction. She's narrating it, and as I've heard her say is that would be the book on leadership that she would have loved to write, so she got to narrate it instead. And of course, there's something about fast and software teaming, which is to me elements that we can use to actually start working as a whole team. And now comes the sales pitch. If you want to get into the end of September fast training for half days, 2 weeks, there's a 10% discount. Just reach out to me. Just reach out to me. Yeah, time for questions.